How's it going, guys? I know it's kind of late for me to be pushing out this Walking Dead Season 5 Episode 2 review, but I want to go ahead and do it because I love you guys. You guys have supported me for so long, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, with this episode, is focusing on Rick, the group, and various other characters going to get supplies. And they meet this priest who's on the verge of being killed by these zombies. And Carl was one of the first to say, okay, look, this guy needs help. Let's go over and help him. So they go over and help this guy. They learn that he's a priest. And he actually has a church nearby that they can go for shelter. So they go there. They go into this church. They're kind of skeptical about it because they think this guy's leading him into. They think this priest is leading them into a trap. So they search the premises or the church, and nothing's in there too shocking. There's a couple of demonic pictures all around, foreshadowing the end of the earth and stuff like that. And nothing too crazy here goes on. Now, Tyrese wants to tell the group about something that occurred with Carol, and he wants to tell the truth, but he doesn't want to do it out of respect for Carol, because Carol is a vital character within this series. If you guys haven't known, especially with episode 1, you can see that she's definitely stepping up with in terms of being one of the main characters. Sasha and Bob, they're definitely having their little fling going on. It was definitely good seeing that in the episode. I really enjoyed that. Rick actually starts debating with the priest, and it was kind of cool because the priest was coming from a religious standpoint, and the Rick was coming from a logical standpoint. So it was kind of cool to see the debate between those two and to see the final thoughts and the final conclusion of that argument. It was really cool. So anyway, flash forward. The priest basically says, "Okay, I know where I can get the supplies from, but some of you guys have to come with me." And who ends up going is Michonne, Sasha, Rick, and I think it was Bob. Don't quote me on that. I think it was Bob. But anyway, they go into this house or this supply store or whatever. And actually, you know what? I don't think Bob was there. But they go into this supply store, looking around, trying to find some things, and they end up finding some resources, but it really wasn't anything too important. But somehow or another, Daryl and Carol are about this car. They get this car. They get this car to actually work because they feel like the team can need this car, and they do. And then they do need the car. It was a very good idea. They get this car to work. They get this car to start. They got some supplies as well. And Bob, it flashes to Bob, and Bob actually goes outside for a moment to get some fresh air and to just reflect on his grave of someone who has died within his past life, or somebody who's died within his own life, and he gets knocked out. He gets knocked out, and this part was crazy. It was actually the guy who knocked him out was actually the guy that let Tyrese go, and that was one of my main problems with this episode. And I addressed it on Twitter. I also addressed it on Facebook, and I said that Tyrese is kind of a passive character, and he doesn't make logical decisions in dire situations. And that situation where the baby was, well, actually, yeah, well, okay, yeah. So he doesn't make dire. He should have made sure he killed that guy before he left. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the guy who knocked him out was actually the same guy that Tyrese had a confrontation with or issue with. And so what happens is Bob wakes up out of his from his unconsciousness, and he sees that the guy that was at the No Sanctuary place or terminus was actually the one talking to Bob. And he was basically saying that I'm going to get all the information. I'm going to figure out where your friends are. I'm going to kill them, and they're going to die. They're going to meet their demise. And Bob's just like, he's just real delusional. He's like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I just got to get up from here. And he said, this was the craziest part. It shook me. And after this episode, I just put Walking Dead on a top tier list. It's like one of the best TV shows ever. So he said, and by the way, your foot is good, and we cooked it. And the way Bob was just looking, I know this is spoilers, but I really don't care. If you guys are gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it. If it's a review, you guys are gonna watch the whole thing. So he says that it's your foot. You're rating your foot, and he's just looking down at his foot. His foot is wrapped up in this tourniquet, so to speak, and it just shows his foot on the. It shows his foot on the fire, and they're eating it. They're just eating it like it's a hamburger or something. And that part was crazy, and it just left off on that scene, and it was just so crazy after I saw that. And I just think that now, especially with the next episode, we're going to see that some of the characters within The Walking Dead, like Rick and all those guys, are going to go and try to save Bob. But I don't know how that's going to work out, because Bob can't even walk. So he's essentially going to be like the same guy, that guy, Glenn's, I think it Maggie. I'm not sure, but Glenn's girlfriend's father. It's going to essentially be like that. He's going to be really a useless character, so to speak. I mean, I know he's good with the medical and he knows a lot of stuff about the medical realm, but if he's that much of a burden to the team, do you really want him? Now, I know Sasha's probably going to want him because, of course, she loves him. She has like she's really starting to love this guy and really starting to have their fling or relationship starting to blossom. So, with that being said, guys, that's on Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 2 review entitled Strangers. And boy, was it definitely strangers on this episode. So with that being said, I will check you guys later in next week's episode. Peace. Cinema. Stay cool.